All right, the front cap and the windows are all done. So now I'm moving on to this front skin. Pull that off. And fix the steering, or build the steering, I should say, and then reskin this front end here with some smooth stainless. And this kind of stuff right here drives me nuts. So this screw, the other two, no problem. This screw, somebody somewhere along the line, the screw is missing and they just jammed the wrong screw in. Like, go down to the store and buy the right screw, for crying out loud. Screws aren't expensive, and it's just a machine screw. So, this kind of stuff just drives me up the wall. Anyways, so I can't get it out. It's seized in there, so I got to zip cut it out. Nice. Okay, so I'm a little farther along with stripping this skin off. The signal light's off. Got the, I'm knocking all the rivets out of it. These are all aluminum rivets with steel mandrels. So what I did is I went along and knocked all the mandrels out, and then I'm just drilling the heads off the rivets. So, and then what I'm going to do here is I cut it just above the last rib here. So this is all smooth. So I'm going to laminate, rather than trying to get up under the windshield and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to go and laminate the new skin, hopefully under this, but it could be over top of it. And then there's a big molding that's going to go on here when it's all said and done anyway, so that's going to hide it. So continue on. Wonder what kind of a rat's nest I'm going to uncover when I take that skin off of there. Guess we'll find out. Okay, there's the skin off. There's the naked front of the bus. Kind of looks like C-3PO without his skin, except rustier. Actually, it's there's a lot of surface rust, which I'll just grind off, but it's actually in pretty good shape under there. The only spot that's rusted out really is this spot right in here, this one piece here, and that's right where the air intake is here. So I imagine it got a fair amount of moisture up in here. So it's kind of funny that the rest of the bus is all stainless and aluminum, and mostly stainless, and this part of it, which is right at the front, and gets most of the the brunt of all the road moisture and all that kind of stuff, and it's just mild steel. Kind of weird, but anyways, that's what they did. So continue stripping this crap out of here, pulling all the insulation out, and found this tag or label underneath the insulation. There's hardly anything left of it, but it gives you the serial number 8803, unit number 11296, operator West. I'm assuming that's Greyhound West, but I don't really know. But anyways, thought that was kind of interesting. Under the no idea what that is. Anyway, yeah, kind of like when I took the bathroom out I think I mentioned this years ago when I did when I tore the bathroom out of the back of it. You know, it's all stainless, welded together, brushed. You couldn't see any seams in the weld. You know, you couldn't tell that it had been welded up unless you looked at the back side of it when I took it out. And you know, the guy signed it, dated it. Obviously, he was proud of his work, and so I thought that was kind of neat. Anyways, not that there was anything I could do with it. You know, I had no use for it, so all I could do is pull it out and throw it in the scrap bin. But I kind of felt bad about that because you know, somebody spent a lot of time and effort and took pride in what they did, and here I was just throwing it in the garbage. But what do you do? Anyway, cool stuff. So we're working away on the front end of the bus here. Got skins off back to there. We have to go back that far to it all has to go on before the way they overlap has to go on before the front skin. So that's what we're working on. Got that replacement panel welded in there. Piece of stainless, so it shouldn't rust again. Have to insulate this and then start making up skins. Oh, and I'm mounting these the mirrors. Getting, you know, like putting the making sure the mounts and everything are good for the mirrors before I put the skins on. So coming along. So I got the driver's side, the new smooth skin put on yesterday, and the passenger side was done, you know, quite a few months ago. So that'll now allow me to put the front skin on here. I'm going to change. So there's the new mirror. It's all mounted on the passenger side. But the driver's side, where it's mounted from the factory, is here, and it doesn't match the curve very well. So what I'm going to do is move it to the same relative position on this side as what's on the other side. So I'm going to move it ahead about 2 inches or so, right into about here. And then then it'll match the other side, and the curve fits a lot better. So then then it'll just have to, the mirror head will just have to angle out this way, you know, whatever, a couple inches, it won't matter. So that's what I'm going to do to make that fit better. But I have to build a filler panel in here, support bracket similar to what's on the other side here to mount that to. So I have to do that first, and then I can go ahead and put the skin on. All right, and there's the panel I made up to mount the, where is it here, the mirror bracket on. So it's going to go about like that. Of course, my hand's in the way, but anyways, that gives it a mounting point for the that lower bolt. Same as the other side. All right, and here's the front end all insulated and prepped and ready for the new skin. Have to make that up and start installing it. Sounds easy, doesn't it? All right, so we're just fitting the front skin here. Got it partly drilled out. I'm just I left these a little bit small for around these windshield wipers. Now I'm going to trim them to the final size here. And I have to do a little trimming here. And then I was just going to pull it right off of there, but I think what I'm going to do is I'll rivet one side. So I'll do those two, then pull these temporary rivets out and fold the other side back a little bit, put sealant in there, and do that side. And then we'll put a strap around the front and suck these two sides in, and then I'll rivet those in as well. So anyways, coming along. Okay, so we're working on the front skin here. Let me get around the front here. So it's mostly riveted up. These sides here, corners, have been a little more difficult than what I was anticipating, but did get them to come down finally, up nice and tight on this side. The other side, not yet, but I'm working on it, and it is coming down, but it's sitting out quite a ways as I rivet it down. So what I'm having to do is, after I put the rivets on it, just take a hammer and a block of wood, just tap it down the last little bit. Like right now, if I do that, it just springs back. But if I once I have the rivets in there, and it's still sticking away about 1/8 of an inch or so, or maybe a little more, but then just a hammer and a block of wood seems to bring it down nice and tight. It did on the other side anyways, so I imagine it will on this side too. But anyways, just continuing on. All right, back again. So got the skin all riveted down. Was able to get this side to go down nice. I got to clean up all the goo on there yet, but it pulled in nice. Did the same thing, just took a hammer and just tapped with a block of wood and tapped the steel down once we put the rivets in. But all worked, so it's all good. And we mounted the mirrors back up here. I've had those mirrors for probably 1.5 years. Got them on eBay when they came available, and finally got them mounted. Now the windshields look like crap. I have to spend some time cleaning them up. Anyways, windshield wipers to go yet, and I got a bunch of rivets, a whole row of rivets along the bottom, just above the headlights there, along the bottom of that new skin that needs to go on, and then the front end's done. So there's the finished front skin on the bus. Mirrors on, all that fun stuff like I showed you before, just from a little bit farther back. The windshields obviously need to be cleaned yet, or the whole thing needs a good bath, but and I got to figure out something. I used glass cleaner to clean all the fingerprints and everything off that stainless. Worked pretty good, but I got to find something that, you know, cleans it right up. And then one day I'll have to go and clean that lower panel where the headlights and everything are off, and see if I can polish that up a little bit too. But for now, that'll have to do. Okay, I'm going to call this front end done for now. I have more to do, but I'm just going to leave it for now. For instance, I'm going to have to build some covers for the windshield wipers, the windshield wiper motors. I got to put a molding over this you know, over this area here to hide this seam. But I'm going to move on to other things. I got that can wait, so I'll do that some other time. So I'll call this this done, and I'll start another video. What I'm going to start on next is the electrical and the cooling system and the suspension. I have some brake work to do and that to get it rolling again. So I'm going to start doing that. But for now, this front end I'm saying is done. Happy day.